Okay, guys, Adam Trigger here. It is Tuesday, which means it's $5 Tuesday at the Wager Talk site. You can head on over to my page or any of the handicappers, and everyone will have something up for $5. But it's also time for another Major League Baseball free pick right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. We had a great week with these last week. Not so much yesterday, but we're going to look to bounce back today. I've got one game to talk about, and that's Brewers Rangers. And I'm actually going to throw a free pick out here and a bonus future. So even though we only have one game to talk about today, I'm going to give you a future bet and a bet on tonight's game. We got to talk about the AL West because the Astros and the Mariners, both of these teams could have put the playoff conversation in the American League away a long time ago. You've had three teams. You have the Royals, Guardians, and Rangers, all of which really haven't done enough, in my opinion, to be in the mix in the playoff race. But neither the Astros or the Mariners have really played great ball, and they've let all these teams hang around, and they've let the Rangers hang around to the point where this Rangers team is not only a game and a half out of a wild card spot, they're only 3.5 games back of the division, and they've got a 3-game series coming up with the Astros. So the future. For the free future I'm going to give out, I could not believe this earlier today. The Rangers are 12-1 to win the AL West. And they still have 3 head-to-head games with Houston. That, to me, is crazy. The reason that's crazy, to me, is right now, run differential on the year, the Rangers are plus 87. The Mariners are plus 34. And the Astros are plus 19. So you basically have a team that is 3.5 games back, that has 3 games head-to-head against the team that they're chasing for that top spot, and has a far better run differential than both the first-place team, the Astros, and the second-place team, the Mariners. They've played better ball the last couple weeks than both the Astros and the Mariners. The last 10 games, Rangers 7-3, Astros 4-6, Mariners 4-6. Yet the Rangers are 12-1 to be the team that wins the AL West. That just seems off to me. That seems like it's something that's still being priced the way this division was a couple weeks ago. Newsflash, the Rangers are back in it. They've closed the gap. Even over the past 2 weeks, they've made up 3 or 4 games, and they enter play on Tuesday with a great chance to win their game, which I'm going to get into in a minute, but also just a game and a half back of a playoff spot, and a game and a half, and 3.5 back of the team they're chasing in the Astros. I just don't think that should be 12-1. And right now, I truly believe when you look at these 3 teams, the Rangers are the best team right now. And the long-term numbers say that they are the best of the 3 teams when you look at run differential, just the overall strength of the pitching staff. I have real concerns with the Astros, and suddenly I do with the Mariners as well. Not so much with the Rangers. The only real concern I had with the Rangers this year is sort of how on the same page this team was. Didn't seem to have a ton of chemistry, had some veterans that haven't played up to potential, but right now they're starting to figure it out. Top to bottom, they have a really good, staff, rotation, bullpen arms. Don't sleep on the Rangers. 12-1 to win the AL Central, or to win the AL West is a great number, and that's going to be our free pick future for today. And then we're also going to talk Brewers Rangers. So if I like the Rangers 12-1 in their division, I kind of have to like them to win tonight, and I do quite a bit. Actually, this is one that is probably one of 4 or 5 plays that I'm considering for my client card today. Not sure I'll make it there. I really do want to see what the Brewers are going to do with their pitching, with their lineup, but it's definitely a play I'm considering. And if I do end up making this a client play, I will tweet this one out. So I'm not going to break this game down for you here and then make you buy it as part of the package. So if the Rangers become a client play for me, just make sure you're following me on Twitter at AdamTriggerWT, and I'll tweet that one out. Jack Leiter is going to get the start for the Rangers here. He's a guy that obviously the last name, if you're a baseball fan, Leiter, great baseball family. He's been highly touted through the minors, not only because of the name recognition, but because he's been one of the top prospects since he got into affiliated ball. I just think the Rangers did him a little bit of a disservice. They called him up too quickly, in my opinion. And then last year on 3 or 4 occasions, they kind of made him like an emergency start type guy. I didn't like that. That's typically not what you do to a second overall pick. Remember, Jack Leiter, 2021 draft, the second overall pick in the draft. Typically, when you bring a guy like that up, it's well planned out, and then they're up to stay. And I think if I'm going off memory here, but I'm pretty sure what the Rangers did was like rushed him out there in a doubleheader with the Tigers, sent him back down, and then every other time he came up last year was kind of that case. It was like unexpected, needed a guy, and they went to him. I just don't think that was great for his confidence. And I think it stunted his growth a little bit, which bled over into this season because Leiter, I feel like there was things that he needed to iron out at AAA before getting called back up. They didn't, and they tried to have him do it at the big league level. That's why last year his ERA was 8.83 in nine appearances for the Rangers, and that's why he got off to a bad start this year. Jack Leiter's figured it out. We always knew that would happen at some point. But he's been outstanding. 3.74 ERA on the season. His stuff we've known he has the good stuff for a long time, and now he's really starting to put it together at the big league level. The month of August was tremendous. He's now had 3 straight starts, all quality starts, 7 shutout innings against the Guardians, 6 innings, 2 runs against the A's, 6 innings, 2 runs against the Diamondbacks, 10, 7, and 8 strikeouts in those starts, respectively. He's throwing the ball great, and that comes as no surprise because we always knew that would happen for this kid. It was just a matter of when, and it's happening now, which is great for the Rangers. On the other side, it looks like you're going to get Chad Patrick for the Brewers. Again, this is really what the Brewers are going to be for the next couple weeks, and the Brewers are a fade. Right now, they just don't have a ton to gain from the rest of the season. What does that mean? They're 89-56. They already essentially have the top spot in the National League locked up. The only team that could probably potentially catch them would be the Phillies. They have a 7.5 game lead on the Cubs in their division. I would say the Brewers just about have everything wrapped up that they need to have wrapped up in the National League. They can literally go through the motions and easily sort of win their division and likely win the top spot because, again, it's going to take a big-time effort from the Phillies, who I think are sort of on cruise control in their own respect, to catch the Brewers. So it's like, you've got under 3 weeks left of the season. I think the Brewers are just kind of going through the motions, going to get everyone some playing time. They're going to get a guy like Chad Patrick a start here and there, and that's going to be fine for them. But that's something the Rangers should be able to beat. And when you have a Rangers team that's played their way back onto the brink of a playoff spot, this is a matchup and a spot that I feel like you have to have, and that I feel like should be manageable for them. If Jack Leiter throws it well like he's been, you're going to have the Rangers in the driver's seat with their leverage relief arms, whereas the Brewers really don't have leverage relief arms at this point. And there's just no point in them sort of trying to like max out on sort of closer type options. Like right now you basically have Trevor Megill is hurt, Shelby Miller is hurt. You can use Abner Uribe in the closer role. There's some other good bullpen arms like Koenig, but again, none of them are elite. This isn't an elite bullpen right now. Actually, the guy I'd like to see in the closer role for the Brewers right now is Craig Yoho. He's down at AAA. I'm not sure why they haven't called him up yet. So again, I think the Brewers are just kind of spreading the innings around, spreading the playing time around, making sure everyone's healthy, making sure everyone is fresh going into the playoffs. I don't think the main focus is stringing wins together right now for Milwaukee. Whereas for the Rangers, it's do or die. And you have a starter in Jack Leiter that's pitching as good as he's been, as good as he's pitched since coming up to the big league level over the last month or so. I'd continue to ride that. I would continue to ride the Rangers. Rangers minus 106, free pick for today, and also bonus free pick. 12-1 on the Rangers to win the AL West is just insanely good value, given the two teams that they're chasing and the fact that they still have 3 games head-to-head against the Astros. So 2 things to look at for you today. Also, if you are interested, I have a 30-day special that's only on my page. It is heavily discounted. So Next 30 days, big time discounted rate, comes out to, I think, less than $6 per day. And it gets you everything, which means baseball, MLB, KBO, AAA, NFL football, college football, ton of volume, 5-0 start to the NFL season. Great start to football. Hopefully we can keep that going and get the MLB going as well. So check that out on my page, link below, wt.buzz/AT. And also $5 Tuesday, I will have a $5 package up within the next hour or two. So check that out if you're just looking for one play. We'll see you guys in the morning. Total bases will remain right through the World Series, 9 a.m. Eastern on weekdays. So I'll be back in the morning. Brian Leonard, Tokyo Brand, and myself talking Major League Baseball. Have a great day, everybody, and we will see you guys tomorrow.